Okay. Again, this is uh, not for me per se, but it's to clarify any bullshit that's out there because it's bullshit. But there's a couple things that people have been asking about, and one of the things was when I went to the feds, what happened over there with me being stabbed and all that. Well, when I first went to the feds, they sent me to Florida, mid Florida, wherever the fuck it is. And there was a couple homies there. They were doing their things or whatever, but they already had an eye on them or whatever. But after me being there 2 weeks, they rounded us all up. And they shipped me and two other dudes out of there. And they put us in vans and sent us to Atlanta, Georgia, which took like 8 hours, 10 hours, I don't know. It was a long ride. So we get to Atlanta and the penitentiary there, old ass motherfucker. Uh, and they put us in the shoe. And we're there and in the shoe, not that I hate them or whatever, all the guards were black. All of them. And they come from a neighborhood across the street, which is the hell ghetto. But, whatever, that's cool, do your thing. But in the feds, they used to fuck with people, out front, and tell them their business and all this shit. And I'm like, don't tell me your business. You ain't gonna know mine, you know?
Yeah.
And anyway, they just like the idea of, like, if they got in an argument with you, they open your door and say, come on, whatever. They did that to me one time. I told them, you don't, you do that again, and one of us going to die, probably me, but you're going to regret it. I guarantee you. And they stopped, but they didn't like the fact that I didn't fuck with them. You're a fucking cop. What am I going to fuck with you for? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But anyway, there was a dude over there in Georgia, Atlanta, whatever, who was from California. He was a white dude. And I even asked him, "Are you AB? Are you AB?" And he goes, "No, I ain't." Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, but they had him isolated because he killed someone there that was a weirdo or whatever. And cool, whatever. But along comes another white dude, and he's from North Carolina, South Carolina, one of the fucking places. And they were kicking it, all the time. And so probably a week or so after that, we're going out to the yard. Well, they finally put it on our own yard, me and the two guys I came with, uh, because they were mixing us up with all kinds of fucking people. And those people were fucking crying like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Oh, you got these dudes over here. Fuck you. But anyway, we're going out there one time, and that dude from North Carolina, wherever the fuck he's from, was out there. And he don't have no handcuffs on. And what they did was in the shoe there, they would put you out there, and then you would back up, and they would take the handcuffs off.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay. And so I'm trying to go out there first, but one of the dudes jumped in front of me and went out there, and then I followed him, and the other dude got shut out. But the dude's out there with no handcuffs. We got our handcuffs on, so he takes out a stain, but I don't see it yet. But he takes out a stain, he comes rushing towards us, and he hits the first dude a little bit or whatever. But because I was his target, and he hit me 2 times in the chest, and I'm like, God damn. But he backs up, like I'm supposed to die or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it didn't happen. And so And so I start kicking him. That's the only thing I can do. I got my hands back. I start kicking him and all that shit. And so the other guy that was out there starts kicking him too. So we got him into a little corner. It was a small ass yard. And we're kicking him, and whatever. But then, for whatever reason, the other dude takes off. And so it's just me and him. And he's swinging away, and I'm kicking away and all that. But he gets a hold of my jumpsuit in the back, and he swings me. I get in the air, and I land on my back, on my handcuffs, right? Land on my back, and he starts coming, so I just start kicking like on a bicycle, you just start wheeling away, with your legs, and he's tripping out because most people don't fight, right? But I didn't.
Yeah.
And then I see the knife, and I thought it was a Bowie knife, but whatever. But it wasn't. But whatever it was a badass motherfucker. And so he's winding up. So I go, God damn. So I put my left leg out, and he hits it. And that motherfucker went in. I felt it. When he pulled it out, meat came out, but it still stuck to my leg, skin or whatever it was. There's, like a chunk came out. And he's winding up again. I said, God damn. This motherfucker hit me again, I'm dead. But a black guard, went out there with a chair. They're supposed to wait for their shields and all that stupid shit. But he ran out there with a chair to push in front of him, to keep the dude away from him. And he did that, and I love the guy for that. But that's what happened. That's how it happened. So if anybody says anything, I had my handcuffs on, fool.
I know the one thing people were asking was about the how Flacco and Boxer were saying that those allegations about you being homeless.
Oh yeah. Well, for a year there I was, but only because my wife kicked me out. She said, "Yeah, that's the only reason." And so I went down there to Chinatown, and there was a couple people that knew me, and they gave me tents and lounge chairs, all that shit. I had everything. I mean that you can have there, right? And but I told them, whatever you do, don't tell nobody I'm here. 3 hours later, they're looking for me. Hey, going too tired, I'm like, God damn, So anyway, but that me there with everyone around me, which I don't like, and looking out for me, which I don't like, was my year. That's the best I can say,
Yeah.
And it's only because of her. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's good. She's good people. I love the death out of her. But there's only so much you can put up with.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm wild. Yeah, but there's something else we can talk about next time. Is about how. No, we'll save it next time. Okay.
All right.
So we good? We good? Thank you. Thank you for.
We're good. I know you're busy and you got stuff you got to do.
Yes.
So I just want to get a little video out, and then we'll set up again for next time. Get you on here again.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. All right.
All right.
Just a second. Okay. We up? Are we up?
Yeah.